Hello, you're listening to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Brandon Elliott. This show will be going over all aspects of real estate investing and is intended to educate, motivate, and prepare you to take action on your first or next real estate investment. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Thank you for listening and enjoy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Elliott. We have a special guest today coming in from the Oregon area, right?
That's right, Bend, Oregon.
I love it. And what's really special is that because I'm in San Diego, we were just chatting prior to this. This gentleman got engaged right down the street from me, which is awesome, in La Jolla at the Coves, which is really cool. But family and love life aside, this guy is really awesome. Paul has started up a company several years ago back in the day in the East Coast and really took over. I think it's about 25% of the listings in the real estate community for Pittsburgh area, handling all real estate investing photography, which is awesome, and still has a strong pulse in that market and has his wife running that business. And it's just amazing. But over the years, started transitioning because of all the networking going on, all of the real estate investors, wholesalers that started getting involved and bumping knuckles. He started realizing that they could actually start predicting who was going to sell next with software technology, started to go down that route and really had some amazing ROI in just a short couple months, which is incredible. So I really want to dive into that because it's just mind blowing. Since then, because of COVID, has transitioned into a new software technology that really is focusing on helping position that gap between disposition for wholesalers and buyers for the investors, to bridge that gap there to make it very seamless and make sure that both sides understand like if it's a good fit and make sure that they are just excelling in all areas. So really excited to have Paul with us today. Paul, what is up, my friend? How are we today?
I'm doing good. The snow is flying here in Bend, Oregon, so maybe get to ski here in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see. All is well. Busy as usual with the technology company. It's something running a startup, but all is well. I'm happy to be here.
I love it, man. How much snow you got on the ground right now?
Yesterday, about 8 inches fell, and about 3 more fell today. So we'll see. Yeah. It's spitting a little bit right now. We'll see how much it keeps up. The weather here in the Northwest is wild.
Yeah, my best friend, he lives over in Vail, Colorado, and he said they got like 1.5 feet over just like a short period of time. And it was just heartbreaking because it melted away so damn quick. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've spent quite a bit of time in Colorado. I spent about 2 years in Boulder, Colorado, just north of Denver. And we had like 28 inches fall one night. And like 2 days later, it's all gone. And it's like 60 degrees and beautiful sun. Yes. Colorado's a wild place.
It is. It's wild, man. I love it, though. It's awesome.
Yep. Me too. But yeah, thank you for the intro and thanks for outlining all the different stuff that I've done. I'm really excited to be talking to you about Town Square and about my experience in real estate investing.
Yeah, man. So for anybody out there that doesn't know who you are, a little bit deeper dive, that 10,000 foot view, do you mind just diving into where you're coming from and what you're up to these days? I didn't get to shed too much light on Town Square, but I know that you'll have that position for people.
Totally. So my name is Paul Wakim, born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I went to the University of Pittsburgh. Whenever I graduated from the University of Pittsburgh, Pitt, I started what has become one of the largest real estate photography companies on the East Coast. My wife runs that business, like you said, and I was the only photographer for the longest time running the business, trying to talk to everybody I possibly could. And it dawned on me as I was talking to a bunch of homeowners and a bunch of real estate investors and a bunch of high-level real estate agents taking photos for them. It dawned on me that I had this dumb light bulb moment that there's no real estate without a seller. Like literally, there's no real estate unless you have somebody that wants to sell a piece of property. So how do I find more sellers so that I can buy more houses for my own investments and sell leads to my wholesaler friends, my landlord friends, my flipper friends, and my real estate agent contacts? So in 2018, after running the business for 2 years or so, I decided to wake up every morning at like 3 a.m. and work with a coach to learn how to code so I could build an algorithm to predict who was going to sell their house next. it worked out pretty well. I bought two really awesome houses with my version of the algorithm. One I bought for $1 and then actually turned around and sold it to my landlord at the time for $86,000. There was a bunch of lawyers' fees and a bunch of stuff involved there, but nonetheless, it was $1 I was able to buy this house for. It was a really exciting moment in my real estate career. But then from there, from there, I got really into the outdoors and really into rock climbing. And I met my co-founder and now CTO of Town Square while we were doing some rock climbing, told him about the stuff I was doing in real estate. And then we decided to build an even better algorithm. We built a better version of the algorithm that I had built. And then we're predicting who was going to sell so that we could wholesale those properties or keep them for our own portfolio. And we did that for a couple months. And then COVID hit. And all the data that we were using for predictions got really screwed up. So that was my first, I guess, step into the world of real estate technology, from owning the photography business to predicting who was going to sell. That was about the first 4 or 5 years of my real estate career.
Yes. Talk to me about that software and God, like picking up a property for $1. I've had earnest monies down for $1 and I always was pumped. I was like, dang, I got them, I'm locking in a true contract for $1 with some pain points behind it. And, the cheapest property I've ever picked up was $5,000 and I was pretty damn pumped about that. But getting for $1, I'm sure there's a bunch of fees involved, but actually selling it, exiting for 80,000 plus, it's pretty damn awesome. So with that software, what made it work so damn well versus when COVID happened, just started messing up all the algorithms behind it?
Yeah, so we were super lucky being in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where all the data, all the predictions we were making were in Allegheny County around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Sure.
And Carnegie Mellon University is located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So Carnegie Mellon had a data scientist program with Allegheny County where they were structuring all of the county level data in a really, really what they call ingestible way, a way that programmers can take in the data and do things with it. So we were super, super lucky that we had like world-class data scientists structuring this otherwise messy data that we were then able to make predictions on. But then whenever COVID hit, the entire state of Pennsylvania, not just Pittsburgh, not just Allegheny County, the entire state, the governor shut down all real estate activities for 4.5 months. Like you couldn't do a closing for 4.5 months. So,
isn't that crazy? So talk about messing up the whole algorithms and everything.
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it was just a wild time. So the data got all messed up and we decided to pivot out of the prediction space. But the biggest things that were predictors of who was going to sell with my algorithm and with the algorithm that we built on that was so much better than mine that Mitch, my co-founder, really built. The biggest predictors were the obvious things like credit card debt against the house, like foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, liens from the water company, if the house was in distress and had like violations from the county, death and divorce. Those were the big things that really signaled that the house was going to sell. So it wasn't really anything absolutely groundbreaking that we built, but it worked really well for our business and it helped us get some pretty amazing deals.
Yeah, I love that. So what did you learn from, because anybody would be extremely excited as an entrepreneur building up something so successful with that. I mean, in your first few months, you were making well over 6 figures on actual like income for yourself, which is awesome. So the goals and seeing that, dang, this thing works. And, I'm going to turn this into a several 7-figure
an empire
business. I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure the heart's going and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
So obviously it was kind of defeating when, I'm sure, just like any entrepreneur, when their balloon gets popped because of the market and things outside of our control. What did you learn in that experience that helped you not give up and still like go back to what you're used to actually instead, like you ramped up, you found a partner to start up Town Square, right?
Yep, that's right. So my co-founder at the time, he had just quit his job to come and work with me on this pursuit of real estate technology, prop tech, as they call it.
It was prior to COVID, he quit?
Yeah, he quit right at like the end of the summer 2019.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Great time.
yeah. Love his soul, man. He's a
Yeah,
soldier.
that's right.
He didn't know what was coming.
Yeah, nobody did apparently. But yeah, whenever all that stuff happened and like the algorithm stopped working, we kind of looked at each other like, all right, we're smart enough, we're hardworking enough. Our girlfriends/wives were helping support our pursuit of this real estate technology business. So we said, we kind of had this coffee fueled meeting that we had every single Saturday morning where we said, all right, what else can we do? Like, there's definitely something else. I know a lot about real estate. He knows a lot about programming and data and processing and algorithms. There has to be something else that we can do. And we just identified another problem. At that time, the first iteration of Town Square after the prediction algorithm was actually a marketplace where we were helping retail sellers connect with retail agents. And because our photography business dealt with real estate agents so much, I knew that the real estate agents were always looking for the next person to sell their house. So we built a company around that idea. And it really was just a matter of us having that coffee fueled meeting every single Saturday saying, all right, we're not going to give up. We're not the type of guys to give up. The world is going crazy with COVID. What can we do to keep trying? And I think that the biggest factor in us not giving up and, not throwing our hands up and going to get 9-to-5 jobs is really the support from one another and the support from our families and our wives. We kind of just said, all right, we're going to go do this. We're going to try this. And everybody said, yeah, you guys can do it. Without the support of each other, without the support of the people around us, we definitely would have just thrown in the towel and said, all right, we'll go work at, W-2 jobs.
Yeah. I mean, it's a crazy lifestyle, but if you're not, it's so rewarding on the other side, but you got to go through the mud first, right? And if you're not in a circle, if you don't have a strong, positive community around you, then man, there's so much stinking thinking out there in the world, and you just run into one person, you'll dwell on that the rest of the day versus all the good, amazing things. You need hundreds, of that throughout the day to just keep coming your way saying, hey, no, you can do this. Like, pick your head up. Let's go. I know you hit a little wall right there, but punch through it next time. Like, let's get this done.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, for better or worse, Brandon, Mitch, my co-founder, and we, for better or worse, we both kind of stay off of social media. I don't really have any social media except for a LinkedIn. And I just use that for networking. It's probably not the best thing as we try to build this startup in the real estate investing space with how prominent real estate investors are, like yourself, on Instagram and the various other places. But I think that I forget what you called it, the stinker mindset or whatever that was.
Yeah, stinking thinking.
Stinking thinking. I think that just being in this little pocket of positivity with our families and with each other has really allowed us to pivot. I think we've pivoted probably 3 or 4 times, and it's just like complete and utter blinders. We don't talk to anybody else except for each other, and maybe it'll work out because of that. And I think that that's really the biggest factor, is the support from each other and our families.
Yeah. And I think it will. I mean, I truly believe whether you think you can or you think you can't, like, you are correct, right? Like, that saying, it's so true though. No matter, like, you're going to manifest it, you're going to turn into it if you keep on pivoting as you need to and adjust. But you're having the right circle, you're having the right meetings on those coffee breaks are good, right?
Yeah.
Like that helps you guys stay accountable and get stuff done. So kudos to you, man. That's awesome. I love it. So talk to me more about Town Square now. Like, now it started off originally to help out realtors and kind of get their next leads, but now you're switching over to more wholesalers, right? Wholesalers that
real
are
estate investors. Yeah.
And real estate investors to kind of get that disposition off. What does that look like?
Yeah. So the business where we were helping real estate agents and homeowners connect, I loved the idea. I still love the idea. It was super, super fun to try and build. But at the end of the day, real estate agents, at least in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania market where we were focused, they do a great job. They know how to take care of their clients. They know how to network really well. And we had a hard time finding homeowners that were looking for a real estate agent. Everybody had, whether it was a family member or
everybody's got somebody. Yeah.
And they're good real estate agents. Okay. Like, they're not just like bad
Joe
agents that
Schmo
are going to take care. Yeah, that's right. So we threw in the towel after helping about 70 homeowners and pivoted again into this real estate investing space where we have been for Halloween marks 1 year. So we're a little bit over 1 year in after that pivot. And we went back to our roots of real estate investing and helping real estate investors really connect with one another. Something that I should have pointed out in my whole journey of starting the photography business after college and getting to where we're at today is I wouldn't have been able to do any of the stuff that I've been able to do without partnerships and forming connections with more knowledgeable people than myself and providing value to those experts. It just wouldn't have been possible. So what we've created with Town Square is a way for real estate investors, landlords, flippers, wholesalers, wholetailers, really anybody who sells properties off market without a real estate agent. We've created this platform for them to connect with one another and share resources and share knowledge with one another on a deal by deal basis. We're not trying to knock down bigger pockets and say we're going to create the next best forum for real estate investors. Everything that happens on Town Square is on the deal level. So you can think of Town Square in the simplest terms as a marketplace for people to sell their deals, but then we build specific tools on top of that marketplace to help the real estate investors, the wholesalers, the landlords, the flippers, so that they can connect and perform their regular business practices more efficiently.
Oh, yeah. I love that, man. That's so cool. So how long has it been? And I know you said you've already pivoted several times, but what type of tools and software can people expect on there when they're utilizing the platform?
Yeah. So first and foremost, anybody can come to Town Square and just post a deal to our marketplace. And then
anybody
anybody for free. You can post a deal with a free account, post it to the marketplace, and then you'll get a unique link whenever you post that deal that you can use for your own marketing or for whatever you'd like to display your property in a really nice, efficient way. Yeah. Super free, super easy. You can post your deal to the marketplace. So that's the first thing. Cool. The second thing is you can upload your buyers like you would to MailChimp or like you would to Constant Contact. And then we've built some really powerful real estate investor specific email tools on top of the marketplace so that you can take that really pretty listing that you've just created and send that out to your buyers, collect interest, chat with them, and sign documents with them right on the platform. So you can organize your sale of your properties to people that are in your network.
Let's go. Yeah.
And that's the first paid feature of our pro membership. And it's $149 a month. So we're not charging too much. At least I wouldn't say so.
No. I love that.
Thank you. And then the
very
next
seamless. And that's unlimited?
Yeah, unlimited.
Let's go. Yeah.
So we're really trying to, everybody uses like MailChimp or Constant Contact or something of that sort to send their deals to their buyers or to the people in their network. We're trying to create the best real estate investor specific platform because MailChimp is like a catch-all. Constant Contact, Mailgun, whatever it is. It's like a catch-all for anybody who wants to do email marketing. But email marketing and text message marketing that we're working on right now is, there's nothing built specifically for real estate investors. So we're trying to make sure that if I say we're building tools on top of this real estate investor marketplace, that those tools are built for real estate investors. So that's the second thing you can do. The third thing you can do that is really the most interesting and really harkens back to the success that I've had through making connections with more experienced people is if you upload your deal to Town Square, we call it a post. You create your post, you put it out on the marketplace, and then you send it out to your buyers. We've created this method where you can share your post with another user on the platform. So you're in San Diego, we'll take that example. If I have a deal in San Diego that I want to sell, I can come to Town Square, post it to the marketplace in San Diego, send it to any buyers that I have in my network in San Diego. But then I can share my post with you, Brandon, and say, hey, here's my deal. Then you can come back to me and say, looks good. Tell me more about you. Let me see your contracts. Let me confirm that you're somebody I want to work with. And then you have the ability to send my deal on my behalf as if it's your own to your buyers on Town Square. And then we can initiate a JV and I get to leverage your buyers and you get to make your JV fee or your split of whatever my profit is for providing the buyer, which for you gives you the ability to not have to spend any money on marketing to acquire a deal. You can just wait for people to come to you on Town Square to bring you the deals.
Yeah. And just connect the dots for people. At the end of the day, that's exactly what this is. It's a community. It's a platform that you can search all throughout. So how many people are interacting on there currently?
Yep. So we've made a bunch of updates over the last year, and the version of the platform that we have out now that has all the things that we just talked about has been out since the middle of July.
Let's go. Yeah.
And since the middle of July, we've had almost 900 people sign up and use the platform. We have over 650 properties being posted every month. And there's over 450,000 buyers that have been uploaded by users on the platform.
My God. Yeah.
Super happy about the success.
Dude, congratulations. It's so recent. And for all of that to just be taking place so quickly, I thought we'd be talking like 100 maybe, and that would be a huge goal, but damn, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, that is really, that's next level stuff. I'm just so curious, like, where do you guys anticipate on taking this? This is something so like it's very new in the beginning stages. And obviously people are seeing the ROI and how easy it is. So what does this look like for you guys in the future?
Yeah, so we're treating this like a pure tech startup. This started out with a little bit of money from my co-founder and I back in 2019. But since then, it's just been money from the business being rolled back in. And we're raising money from venture capital firms and family offices to support the business and grow as fast as we can. So our goal in the future is to build out even more tools on top of the marketplace to support real estate investors and their businesses. So I mentioned that we're coming out with some texting technology where you can text buyers that you have on your buyers list or text contacts that you have in your network to sell your deal to. Plus, we're building out some really interesting features that allow us to lean into the connection forming on the platform. Like, to me, that is the most important thing. Sending out emails, cool. Sending out text messages, even cooler. But to me, the biggest benefit that I want to provide to our users is the ability for me to connect with you and say, here's my deal. Connect on the deal level. Like, I'm bringing my deal to you saying, let's work together. I'll sacrifice my profit so that we can form a connection. So we have some really, really exciting like network things that we're working on that will be out before the end of the year. And then early next year, we plan to raise some more venture capital and keep on building those tools on top of the platform.
I love it. Have you had any issues, not to be negative or think about it in a pessimistic way, but I'm curious, has there been any type of like spam or people getting in there that are kind of, when you ask for money on social media and there's like a bunch of private money lenders or hard money lenders out of nowhere acting like they're going to get you the best rates, and a lot of them are scams, that you can see it on bigger pockets as well, because the platform is free that you guys offer, except obviously for the pro version. But the pro version is still so dirt cheap, especially for any type of like serious investor. It's a no-brainer. Is there a way to filter those people, or has it not been a problem as of now? And then maybe as that ever develops, you just hire certain individuals to kind of oversee that, scan through?
Yeah. So the users that are using the platform really, really actively every single day, they have asked for exactly what you're saying, a way to see that Paul is legitimate, Brandon is legitimate, but this guy who is selling garbage properties that aren't actually his own, or that he doesn't actually have the right to sell, like, that's part of the network tools that we're building out right now. And I'm glad that you asked, because it all falls under what I call our umbrella of trust. So we're building out a bunch of tools that make it so that you can trust the platform more, trust the users that you connect with on the platform more, and trust the deals that are coming to you more than you do now. Lots of really exciting stuff is coming out there before the end of the year. The most exciting thing that we're working on is we want to be able to show me, in the example where I gave, where I bring a property to Town Square and I'm looking for somebody to partner with, we're going to be able to show a user like me, the seller, hey, the best buyer in San Diego is actually on Brandon's buyers list. You need to contact Brandon. That way, I know and Town Square tells me to know that you're the best person to connect with and that I should work with you above anybody else on the platform because you have a relationship with and you have sold your properties to the very best buyer in that market. So
it's kind of like the repetition. It's like when this person keeps on buying, and it's a good experience. The survey comes back, this guy can perform, then they're going to start getting highlighted within the group, I guess, right? Which
That's right.
Makes it a no-brainer of like, oh, this guy has amazing ratings. Like we should utilize. That's our guy. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Lots of trust. We're trying to make sure that we're not just a hammer in your tool belt. Rather, we're like a group of contractors that you can work with to build a better house.
we're like the full arsenal, right? Like we got the whole treasure chest in the back here. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's the plan. Cool. And we have some really, really great developers working with us and some awesome plans in the works to make sure we support our users and really form connections. Like, I don't mean to ramble too much on the connection piece, but it's like,
Dude,
if you're not forming connections with high quality real estate investors, a single tool can only take you so far. You need to work with people in this business, especially because we aren't real estate agents going to an office every single day, communicating with our manager, communicating with other agents in the office, going to, I don't know, expos like the National Association of Realtors holds. It's like, we need a way to connect and really do business together. And we're trying to build that connection platform.
Yeah, I love it. Where do you see the business in the next couple of years?
Yeah, so we're trying to build Town Square to capture all of the off-market properties we possibly can so that the largest buyers in the world, the hedge funds, the institutional buyers, they have a insatiable appetite, at least they did, and I'm sure they will in the near future, for good deals at good prices from high quality individuals. So where do I see it going? I see us going down this path where you can come to Town Square, and whenever you post a property on the marketplace, you can get offers from the biggest, baddest, best buyers in the country because those buyers know to trust our platform and trust our users on the platform. That's what I'm really trying to build, is like a catch-all to aggregate off-market properties that are of high quality.
I love that, man. I love that. Yeah, that's super exciting. I haven't even heard about this type of software and the possibilities behind it, but it makes so much sense. And you really paint the picture to make it very easy. So I can definitely see this taking off in many ways.
Thank you.
For anybody out there that is a couple years back, like where you were in the previously, and having ideas like this to start up at finding that problem, right? And then wanting to bridge the gap and partner up with somebody that's very tech savvy and knowing the knowledge of the game that you're in, right? Any advice for somebody like that to kind of just chase their dreams and not give up? Because obviously there's been nothing easy along the process and the ebb and flow and the emotions and everything that you guys have already gone through in such a short time. And anything to give to them?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking. I do have an answer, but I always like to say that, I'm very, very, very lucky. I had a very, very easy life growing up. I have had very few issues, thank God. And I had a great support structure around me. So, I don't have a pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of story. I've always had an amazing support system around me that has given me the space. Yeah, I'm just super lucky in that way. And it's given me the space to walk in the woods and think about these ideas. I don't have to worry about putting the food on the table because I have a successful business that I've built. It's taken a lot of hard work, but I've also had an amazing support structure around me to get to where I'm at. So I would say for anybody who's thinking about starting a real estate business or thinking about starting a technology company, it's definitely going to require a lot of work. So whatever you can do to get that support structure around you, to have a business or have a job that is supporting you so that you can take a walk in the woods with your significant other and think about the technology that you want to create or think about the next step in your business. Make sure that the other pieces of your life are straight and are supportive of your vision before you try to go into creating something that's going to absolutely change your life. And that's just my experience. Like I said, I come from a very, very fortunate place where I have had this support structure around me to be able to think about these big ideas. So I would say worry about building that foundation first and then think about what your next big idea is, because the next big idea is not going to be derived from a life of turmoil, at least from my perspective.
Yeah, that's so good, man. Yeah, I appreciate the full transparency on that. And it's basically like summing that up. We all have something going on. And if you don't have it, this is going to take a lot of time, energy, emotional support. You need good, solid team around you. So if you have all these other issues, problems, or whatever else going on, it may be beneficial. It's not impossible to take on everything and be, Hercules, but it makes it more difficult by all means. Yeah. So if you can focus on getting some of these other problems to the side taken care of before you go all in, it would be ideal. Especially when you're in a partnership, you don't want to bring down somebody, you want to complement the other, and finding that it's luck, but it's a huge blessing. And it's something that's important to acknowledge. Sometimes it takes a few to actually get through that, and a lot of learning curves in between. But yeah, man, Paul, I appreciate you so much. Really excited to just see like where you're at right now. It's incredible. But I'm more excited to see where you take this, bro. And like the impact that you make nationwide on so many investors, so many homeowners, and everything else in between. So how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah. So you can contact me directly by sending me an email. You can just send an email to Paul, Paul, at tWNSQR.com. Shoot me an email if you have questions about Town Square, or questions about real estate investing, or questions about raising money for a venture-backed startup. I'd be happy to answer any questions that I can. We're just in the beginning stages, but whatever I can do to help, I'm all about giving back as much as I possibly can. If you want to find our company, you can find us across all social media, just at tWNSQR. And then you can check out Town Square, our website, our platform, all the things we talked about at tWNSQR.com.
Love it, man. I love that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much for jumping on today and pouring into us and all the listeners. Guys, I know you have a ton of notes like I do right now. You're going to want to reach out to Paul and check out the website as well. If you have any questions for him, reach out and be able to get that value. If you guys want to connect with me, you can always do so on Instagram. It's Brandon Elliott Investments. Otherwise, Facebook.com/Brandon Elliott Investor. If you're looking to really get educated on credit and understanding the ins and outs and how to be able to get several six figures, even seven figures in funding within every 6 months, up to within 12 months, be able to fix credit faster than anyone in the industry, and be able to truly be able to leverage this credit and flip the script on the bank by getting this 0% interest credit and purchasing real estate like we have, or starting new businesses. If money was ever the issue, let's eliminate that and let's leverage into assets. If you guys are interested in that, check out creditcounselelite.com. That's creditcounselelite.com. And we have a webinar on there that you can watch. It's an hour long. It will really lay out all the ins and outs and all the possibilities for credit. So that's our mastermind group at www.creditcounselelite.com. And as always, hit that subscribe button for Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. You'll get the newest episode every Monday. And leave that 5-star review. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. As always, you guys are amazing. And we will catch you on the next episode. Paul, once again, you are a beast. I appreciate you, dude. Keep crushing it.
Thank you. Same to you. Thanks for having me, Brandon. It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
This has been another episode of Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, brought to you by Brandon Elliott. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Thanks again for joining. Until next time, God bless.